Let's now alter this code in order to make it apply tail recursion. Tail recursion means that the recursive call takes place at the very end of the rule. But that's not all, because this code does not work. The main problem is that here we are calculating some partial sum, and this partial sum should be passed to this predicate call somehow. So it seems that this predicate needs an upgrade. It needs a sum parameter which works as an input. In this input parameter, we are going to pass the partial sum we calculated so far. And in the other sum parameter, the predicate, we return the final result. Yeah, so when this rule is called, we have some value in the sum in parameter, which we should use in this point, at this point. So we add x to this input sum, and we calculate some partial result here. And this is what we are going to pass to the predicate call at the end as an input. And then after all of this predicate call at the end will return the final result in the sum out variable, which we return from this rule as well. Yeah, so what we are doing right now, it's actually a general idea. We are duplicating the parameters used for aggregation, and one of those duplicants is used for passing an input value. The other one is used for returning the final result. Okay, consistently, of course, we have to change the fact, because now it takes 3 parameters, and we have to think what the input sum and the output sum should be, where the input sum can be anything, right? And it won't change. So since the list is already empty, we don't change the sum value, we just return it as it is. Yeah, so we are actually done. Let's try to execute this query. And of course, we get an error message, because now our list sum predicate takes 3 parameters, not 2. So here we need to insert a new parameter. Actually, we need to insert an input sum at this point. Well, at the beginning, the partial sum value, the input sum value is naturally 0. So this is the value we are starting from. And then at the end, we get the final result in this variable s. And you can see it seems working. Actually, it's kind of inconvenient to pass 0 all the time when you are calling the predicate from a query. So we can just create a new rule. This is a neat trick. This is a general rule. So you introduce a two-array predicate, which takes a list as an input and returns a sum as an output. And you just delegate this call to the three-array predicate, which passes 0 as the middle parameter. So basically, I just delegated this call to the three-array predicate in a very convenient way. Last but not least, let me just check out the trace. You know, previously, when the rule here did not use tail recursion but regular recursion, this is how the trace looked like. Basically, after all the recursive calls, at the very end, the final result was calculated step by step. So let's now check out the new trace and compare it with the old one. As you can see, now it's a little bit different. So it seems that we are calculating partial results at the very beginning when doing the recursive calls. So as you can see here, some partial results like 11, 22 are calculated until we hit the base case, the empty list. And after that point, there is no calculation taking place. We just backtracking, we just returning the final result to the prompt.